We have established that in order for a Supreme Court case to qualify as an example of judicial policy making, the decision must have policy impact. This criterion is satisfied when the Supreme Court declares the existing policy or practice unconstitutional. The authority of the court to declare acts of other branches of government unconstitutional is called judicial review. The power of judicial review is not explicitly delegated to the court by the Constitution, but was established by the Supreme Court in the landmark case Marbury v. Madison. Though the power of judicial review was secured by the court for itself in that case, debate has persisted over the frequency with which the court should assert that power, the debate over judicial activism and judicial restraint. Now we are prepared to delineate the second criterion of judicial policy making. You will recall that early in the semester we noted that public policy has two components, decisions and actions. Thus, a Supreme Court decision alone cannot constitute policy, even if it satisfies the impact criterion. There must be implementation. However, the 9 justices of the United States Supreme Court cannot enforce their own decisions. Thus, the extent to which the court's decision in a given case is implemented depends to a great degree on voluntary compliance. The compliance criterion refers to the extent to which the affected parties actually alter their behavior in accordance with the Supreme Court's decision. To what extent did state and local law enforcement agencies change their practices with respect to interrogating suspects after the Miranda decision? Compliance with the court's mandate to issue Miranda warnings was widespread and fairly immediate. On the other extreme, compliance with the court's mandate to integrate public schools, quote, with all deliberate speed, end quote, in the Brown case, has been extremely slow. In 1968, 14 years after the court's original decision in the Brown case, 98% of African American school children attending public schools in the South were enrolled in public schools in which the student population was 99 to 100% black. It was not until after the court ordered busing to achieve integration in 1971 case, Swan v. Charlotte Mecklenburg, that we began to see any significant compliance. However, progress towards integration was frustrated by subsequent rulings that held that busing could not be forced across school district lines. As a result of these rulings, large numbers of whites fled large metropolitan school districts to suburban school districts to avoid integration. Consequently, full compliance with the Brown decision has never been realized, particularly at the elementary and middle school levels. The example of school desegregation illustrates how implementation of court mandates can be problematic and why the compliance criterion is crucial to the Supreme Court's role as a policy-making institution.